Alright guys, it's your boy It's Joke, and today we're going to be talking about the ending to You're Too Noisy, So Just Shut It Already. Now, this is actually a really good manga. I think it's pretty good. It's got an 8.5 rating, and throughout the beginning it was really good, really good, but after that it kind of it just fell off it just fell down a little bit. It's still a solid, very solid show, very solid manga, but it wasn't as good as the start. That being said, the ending was so what's the word? Lackluster, lukewarm for how good, like, the quality of the ending does not match the quality of the entire manga. Like, and unfortunately, it seems just by looking through the comments, I have no idea if this is true or not. Just by looking through some of the comments, they're saying that this thing got X'd, or at the very least, they're suspecting it got X'd because the ending just came out of nowhere, 4 volumes in, and the author just pretty much, the manga just ended it. It sucks when things get X'd, but it's always worse, in my opinion, when the mangakas decide to just rush the ending and like try and tie up like loose ends, or just like rush the ending to really what they were hoping to get in the future and put it all in like the last couple chapters. And so fortunately that's the case for this. So spoilers if you haven't noticed already, because obviously I'm talking about the ending. So let's get into it. So the ending basically starts happening, I would say, a couple chapters in. You have the classic trope of a character having an arranged marriage partner, and obviously that's supposed to drive the other love interest to do something, basically to force their hand into, or like force the romance to progress, right? And I personally really hate that. I think it's a cheap way to, make romantic progression. But I'm a firm believer of, you can basically do anything, you can use any trope you want, and as long as you write it well, then it'll come out good. This actually didn't turn out too bad. I like the arranged marriage character, and I like how everything was settled and how everything was handled. I actually do. But chapter 47 was literally, them going to find each other to confess, and while the confession was great and everything, chapter 48, the last chapter, was a 1 year time skip. Like, what? They literally just skipped a whole year, and on top of that, the pretty much all of the pages leading up until the very end, you literally don't see the main character Taiyo, and when you do see him, it's just him saying some nonsense like he usually does. Obviously that's his character type. Like, he really just like, oh, they found the mythical creature in the back, I don't know how to pronounce the name, like Tsukinoko or something like that. They saw it in the back gym, and then you just have, what's her name? Sukino? We're gonna call her Sukino. You just have her basically title dropping, saying, shut up. That's it. That's the ending. Like, you literally do not see Taiyu until page 8 out of 14, and when he comes in, yeah, he just says like, oh, you'll never believe it, right? And then you just have her saying, shut up, and that's it. And even, oh, you know what, I take it back, it was page 8 out of 10, because I'm looking at this shit right now, and there is 14 pages, but it's like the scanlation group showing you how to sign and just talking about like Gotham, ending pages, everything like that. So it's really only 10 pages long, and he doesn't appear until the 8th page and says some nonsense. We get no fucking romance, nothing at all, and the ending is just shut up. Like, you can't be serious, bro. You can't time skip. Get this guy out of here. Like, yeah, like, what? You just see like it's a year later and it's just all new classes and stuff like that, bro. What? Or is it they're graduating? I think they're graduating. They're talking about going to new schools, but like, the side characters are getting more, time than Taiyo and Taiyo and Tsukino's relationship type thing. Like, you don't feel any, like, what's the word? I'm ranting a little bit because it's just so ridiculous rereading this. Like, I'm looking at it and it boggles my mind. Why would you do this? Why would you end it like this? What made you think that giving the last chapter, all this screen time to these side characters and stuff like that, and obviously, Sukino's in there too, so she's talking about how she's going to how she actually like cares about her friends and how she's not gonna be alone even though they're all going to different schools. But that's literally one page. It's page 6. It's page 6. Before page 6, page 5, nothing. Page 4, nothing. Page 3, oh no, page 2, wow, I messed up. Page 1, nothing. Page 2, nothing. Page 3, nothing. Page 4, nothing. Page 5, nothing. And page 6, you actually get Tsukino's thoughts about like, oh, they're good friends and everything. They're not gonna be alone or anything like that. And then page 7, again, nothing. You get the side characters, and then bam, page 8, Taiyo comes in, and he, says nonsense. Page 9, he just continues to speak nonsense. And then page 10, shut up. That's it. Are you kidding me? What? Like I said, the beginning of this manga was very good. I would say like the first 10 chapters, I guess, were like really fucking good. And then after that, it kind of fell down a little bit, but it was still good. Like, I still think it was good. Quality. This last chapter, what the fuck were you thinking? I can't hate on it. Like, it's not the worst thing. It was just so, like, it really was useless in my opinion. You dead ass could have finished this shit in chapters 40. If you would have left off on page 47, it would have been cheesy seeing it being ending with the confession scene. Like, I'm personally not a big fan of it, but like I said, chapter 47, the confession scene was good. You had great artwork. You had a great confession from Taiyo, and the fact that she actually says "I love you" because obviously she's deaf. She doesn't really speak often, and she had that whole thing with her friend that kind of turned her away from speaking. Her being able to actually say that, and then them at the end. That was great, in my opinion. That was actually a really great confession. And while I would have liked to obviously see more romantic romance in it, like what happens afterwards, that would have been, in my opinion, a better way to end it than chapter 48. Like, this is so much better, bro. This chapter is 47 is so much better. I don't like how the confession even started because of the arranged marriage. In my opinion, the arranged marriage situation in general is a cheap cop out to get romantic progression, like I said earlier. But this did it pretty well. I didn't dislike the characters. I didn't dislike the setup. This manga does a pretty good job of having cliches and stuff like that, and kind of joking about them and stuff like that, and making them a bit different. So I think they did a good job with the cliche of arranged marriage partner. I think they handled that well. I don't like that that particular shit led to the confession, because I don't like that it led to the confession, but the confession itself was very fucking good. Congratulations, that shit was fire. But man, chapter 48, like, what the fuck was you on, bro? What was you thinking that was a good way to end? That shit, I'm sorry, bro. That shit was not good. Overall, the ending, I would say, like, the whole them confessing and then chapter 47 together overall is okay. And the only reason it's okay and not ass is because, again, the confession was really good. Chapter 48 was fucking ass. So it kind of balances out each other and they meet in the middle and it's kind of okay. Yeah, if it wasn't for chapter 47, this ending would have been super fucking ass. But it is what it is. And also, I say they because I'm noticing right here that there's 2 names for the credits. The author is Morita Shunpei and the artist is Alde Haide. So I'm not entirely sure if this means this was a light novel or something else, but there's 2 people working on it. Someone's writing the story and someone's drawing it. So that's why I say they. I know I said manga a little bit earlier, but it's like 2 people working on it. So yeah, I don't know what the fuck was going on in their heads when they decided that was a good idea. They shouldn't have rushed well, to be fair, I'm assuming when they get X, they don't get told like in advance. At the very least, they don't get a whole lot of time to prepare. They probably tell them like, yeah, the end of this month, you're done. You got 4 chapters, wrap this shit up. You know, that's how I figure. The worst case scenario, obviously, they tell you, yeah, your next chapter is the last one. The worst case scenario, right? But I feel like they probably give them like a week, 2, like they give them a couple chapters, maybe 4, a month, if it's a weekly manga thing. But they probably get like a 4 chapter, maybe 2 chapters, something like that. But I've seen a lot of X manga, and there was and out of all the X ones, there's only a couple that actually handled it really well. This, unfortunately, was not the case, and it sucks because it's a good manga. I recommend y'all check it out. It's romance, slice of life. She's deaf, and this guy's got a cool personality. I like Tayo a lot. She's really cute, so you get some good interactions between them. And yeah, obviously I spoiled it for you if you haven't checked it out, but it's only 48 chapters, volume 4. So yeah, let me know what y'all guys thought of the ending. I was not a fan. I ain't like it. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.